Arrtx just released new colors of the liquid acrylic markers. They're not called liquid acrylic officially, but that's what I call them because you shake the paint inside unlike these other ones. I also love these ones, but you don't shake them. The first set that I reviewed a while ago has 36 colors and I love them, and they just came out with this set that has 60 colors. If you remember, these ones feel like the brush tip of the Sharpie Creative markers, but I was happy that these have 36 colors instead of only 12 like Sharpie. So now the question is, does the 60 count set really have better colors? Would you need 60 over 36? We'll find out in this video, and I'll show you a couple of ways to use these Arrtx acrylic markers to fill your notebook. Hello lettering friend, I'm Sarah from Ensign Insights, where creativity matters more than perfection. These acrylic brush pens work great for hand lettering. You can see as I'm doing the basic strokes here that I can get a nice variation in my sizes of strokes. However, you can also see at the ends, it's not a straight line because the brush tip is a little softer. It's hard enough that I can use it for beautiful calligraphy, but it does affect the edges. And if you want to use these mostly as hand lettering, you do need to love large calligraphy because you can't do really small lettering with these. But I love how the acrylic paint sits on top of the paper. It's a really cool effect. Let's swatch these and see what colors are in the 60 pack and how they compare to the colors in the 36 pack. This set has 4 trays in the box instead of just the 2 trays like the 36 set. And if you're like me and you love colors, maybe you think, oh, well, more colors are better, right? But actually what I've noticed is that I usually choose about 12 colors in each of the sets that I have, and I just mostly use those. So even if I get a pack of like 60 colors, I only use around 12 of them most often. One reason I love acrylic markers is because they're so forgiving. So if I mess up a little bit, I can just go over it because these are opaque and you can layer on top of each other. Thank you to Arrtx for sending me these new ones. They are not sponsoring this video, but they did send them to me. This dark green one was interesting because there was no name on it. All the other ones have a sticker. This one did not. So I'm really loving the colors that I see here, and I want to compare them to the 36 set. So going back to the page where I had swatched those ones, I'm putting a little dot next to the ones that are unique just to the 60 count set. But as I was doing it, I started realizing that there are some colors that are only in the 36 set. So I had to mark those ones as well. And then I could decide which colors that I liked the best. And if the 36 pack was better or the 60 pack was better. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it got kind of confusing. But here's the final results. This is the 36 set. So you can see these are the ones that are only in the 36 set, not in the 60 set. And there's just a few reds, a few greens, some of the grays. And in the 60 set, there's a few yellows, a really lovely orange. All of the reds are different. A few pinks are different. Many of the blues are different. Almost all of the greens are different. So I started pulling out the ones that I really loved that were only in the 60 count set, just so that I could see if these ones are really more important. And especially there's this chocolate brown that you don't have in the other one, a nice deep chocolate brown. So I just started creating my own color palette. That's what I do often with a new brush pen set. I lay down some colors to see how they go together, and then I do it again to make sure I can find the right colors that really feel good to me. They feel satisfying to me. Of the colors I chose, those 4 colors sticking out are the only ones that are in the 36 set. The 9 other colors are specific to this set. Here's the color palette that I created with the 36 set, and here is the new one. So there are definitely more options, especially with those greens. Look at these lovely colors. I am loving this color palette so much. And this shows you a different angle with a little bit of different lighting. I have noticed that I want to create more when I have a color palette that makes me really, really happy. And because these are paint markers, they do go on black paper as well. So I'm just using my Archer and Olive journal here to show you that. And this is when I noticed that this pink one has a few different colors in it. So that is one thing about some paint markers that you have to shake, where it's really hard to get the colors to mix together just right. And then you just have to shake them a lot to get it to work. And I haven't noticed it so much with these ones, but I did see it on that pink one. Although these ones seem to work just fine once I shake them a lot. Like I said, there are other markers that I've used that even when you shake them a lot, it still doesn't quite mix all the color pigment together. You can see most of these colors stand out really well on the black, but a lot of them would need another layer to really show what color they are. Now let's see how I might use my new color palette in my journal. So this journal that I'm using is the Strathmore Visual Journal. The paper is Bristol paper. I really love this journal. I mostly just used it because that's where I had swatched my last ones, so I decided to keep it the same. The paper is incredibly smooth and it's thick. If you don't like dot journals, this one is a great blank paper journal. So I just started with this oval and then I'm going in with a darker pink to make the stripes. One thing I like about the brush pen is that I can get a thick line for the underneath and then I can just use the tip for a fine line. I am going to add my lettering in the colors, but I'm starting with white because I would like there to be a slight white outline around my colors. You'll see what I mean. And just so you know, I did pencil this out on a different piece of paper and it took me a little while to figure out the spacing. I did pencil directly over the acrylic paint when I knew the basic layout, and I can erase on the acrylic. But you got to be careful. You have to be really light with it because you don't want to rub off any of that acrylic. And then I'm going in with my tree, and my idea was to do a lighter green for the underneath, and I'm going to add some pine needles on top with a darker green. And like I said before, I love that acrylic markers you can layer on top of each other. It is such a fun way to create, and it's an easy way to do it with a brush marker. Here's where I'm adding those little pine needles with the dark green. This is such a cute, easy way to make a Christmas tree that is super simple and can be really imperfect. Then I'm adding a red bow for the top of the tree. So here's where I'm adding the color on top of the white, and you can see there's a slight underneath layer of that white, just outlining my letters. And it's really subtle and imperfect. And the words slow down, feel cozy. I originally was going to do slow down, get cozy, but I wanted there to be the same colors on the top and the bottom. And so I had to come up with 8 letters for both the top and the bottom. So the words were determined by the design choice that I wanted to go with. And this lettering style is a chunky print lettering style. I do have some worksheets with this style if you want to practice that. I'll link that below. And then because my letters have a little white outline, I decided to add this on the tree, and this one took a lot more precision and control because it was such a little line that I was trying to do with that brush tip. And I could have stopped right there, but because I was working through some big feelings, I kept going. You know, that feeling when you're channeling your emotions into what you're making and then you end up going into all the details. Well, that's what I did with this one. So I'm adding this cute little scallop edge around with the slightly darker pink. And I'm just filling that in. And at this point, I'm thinking, is that supposed to be like a frame? Is this like a doily? I don't really know, but I want to make the background a creamy color so that it looks like the full page is colored in and complete. And since I'm kind of feeling the doily vibes, I'm going to add these little polka dots around the edge and just adding these more details because I thought it was super cute. But then when I'm done with the outline of dots, I'm thinking it needs still some kind of border just around the oval. So I go in with the dots, and as I'm doing those dots, I'm thinking, okay, this is super cute, but I don't know if I love the double dots, the inside dots and the outside dots. And so instead, I'm thinking, I'm not going to leave it. I'm channeling my big emotions and I'm going to keep going. And instead, I'm going to outline it. So I'm covering up all of those little dots. And I do wish that I had used just a fine point because this was a little tricky to get the same width of my line because it is a brush tip. It took some control and I think I did a pretty good job, but there were tiny little imperfections that, you know, my recovering perfectionist sees all of the little details. And so I did go back in with the dark pink to straighten up that line. And also I wanted that white line to be even thinner. It felt like it was a little bit too thick. And once again, I did not need to go into all of these little details. But that is what was calming my brain right then. So it worked. It did its job. I actually really love the solid line outside better than I liked the dots, but I know everyone's going to have a different opinion about that, and that's okay. For this next one, I think my camera wasn't liking the black paper for some reason, and some of these shots are a little out of focus. But my idea with this one is just to do a bunch of circles all in a row, these rainbow circles, and I did do 2 layers for these because I wanted them to really stand out. They were a little bit streaky when it was a single layer, but then the second layer made it fully opaque. And then I just penciled out my words that I wanted. So I'm using the white on that black paper, and it's a very nice stark contrast. And I'm just starting with that chunky lettering style. Once again, this is my favorite style to go with a cursive calligraphy look because I wanted to do everything is fine-ish, and the ish is in calligraphy. And then I went in to clean up my edges. I wanted to have more straight lines. Like I said in the beginning, these are great for brush lettering, but the problem is the edges. There's something about the softness of the marker that makes the edge hard to have a straight line. And once again, that's just a tiny little detail that I'm noticing and that I care about and is important to me. Other people might not care about that detail. Here is another part where I could have just used a fine tip, and instead I'm using the brush tip and I'm trying to control it really well. On this one, I'm not caring so much about it being a perfect width like I was on the white one. These ones, these smiley faces, I kind of want them to be imperfect. That's why I didn't use my Helix circle maker to make the circles. I just want them to be kind of imperfect circles and blobs, and the smileys are like trying to be the same, but they're like slightly different. Because that's the feeling that I want to convey with this. It's the upside down smiley face emoji where everything's fine, I'm smiling, but also feels a little crazy. Even though this packaging is nice, I do kind of have a problem with this organization just because I want to see all of my pens in one box and they don't quite fit. I mean, my pens as in the color palette that I chose. And to get them to all fit, like the lids kind of have to be twisted around to make them line up just right. And so I've just been letting them squish in there as I can. But instead of keeping it in the organization that they came in, I really wanted my favorite color palette to be all together. And you can see I almost got it to work. There was just a few colors that had to be in a different box. And that'll be fine. The next time I pull these out, I can open the lid, and then it's just in the first 2 trays that I know. Those are the main colors that are my go-to. I love it when markers come with an organization in how they should be stored. So these ones should be stored horizontally, and that's how they fit in the box. To show off the hand lettering with these brush markers, I wanted to do a page of different styles, and I was really liking the word cozy with the other picture that I had. And then as I started doing it, I was realizing, you know what? Cozy is actually a hard word to do these different styles that I do because the Z is a hard letter to change the style. You've got the cursive style, and then you've got the print style, and the cursive style, if you change it too much, it doesn't really look like a Z, and even that cursive Z, it's just kind of a weird letter, you know? Do you need the 60 count set? Well, I would say if you are very particular on your color palettes like I am, you might enjoy these colors. If you're just dabbling and you're fine with a more basic color palette, the 36 set is just fine. And I do love these ones. Of all of my Arrtx acrylic markers, these ones are my favorite ones for me. I also just love the look of different styles of one word filling the page. It just makes me happy. And then because I love these colors so much, I added the stripes to show off the colors even more. This is a quick and fun journal page idea. Take a look at the difference between these acrylic markers. It's the same, it's Arrtx, but these ones are the ones that I don't call liquid. They're a little more dry, but these ones are my favorite for coloring, especially with my kids. And I have a video coming with new colors of these ones really soon. I'll link that here when it's ready, but in the meantime, if you want to see other Arrtx markers, check out this playlist right here. I'll see you there.